Ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, home of the Boston College Eagles. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Boston College Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Canes will kick it away to start. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Boston College's offense will go on the attack first. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Boston College wants to play fast. Scanning the field, it's Morris. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll field the punt and take it back. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So Miami's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
He might want another play. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Hurricanes! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. Boston College right back to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Caught over the middle. It's Lewis. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Line gets set, first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
It's caught. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit.
Got some room in to the goal line. Touchdown, Boston College. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The give to the back. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not get in any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
That's caught. It's Nicholson. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Hurricanes will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Catches it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Looking downfield, it's Morris. Using the quick game. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Gets the back moving. He's got him in the flat. Touchdown, Boston College! Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box. The play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Running to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You see all this movement in football now. All the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And the run is for no gain and no more time left on the clock in the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. It's Nicholson. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. The Canes are flying down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Cox.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Puts it out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got it in the middle. It's Nicholson. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive, even when you get this part.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes.
It gets closer and closer to the end zone right here. You know what's coming as a defense. The offense has to be physical, and they were. And the back knew exactly where he had to get 6.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
To the air, it's Morris. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Boston College will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Finding an escape route. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's second in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Cox. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Canes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Miami!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Morris. Got a man, it's Lewis. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. Looking downfield on first down. Fakes the grab. At the 45 on his way. Wide open spaces. The 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Once he got some room, it was over.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Nicholson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Power football with the run. Got the first down. Looking for more. Oh, there's an alley to the left. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed, and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Washington had an impressive showing at home, and to do it with some of the legends of the past there, Mark Brunell, Napoleon Kaufman, and Lincoln Kennedy, what a special victory. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Back to throw, it's Morris. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They want to throw it. They've got the screen set up. Turning it on. He was trying to reach the sticks, but he doesn't quite make it down at the 23. It's 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Takes it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. On target over the middle. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. It's 1st down from the 37-yard line. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to pass. It's Morris. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been taking in some scene there today in Chestnut Hill. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Alumni Stadium.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they make...
There he goes! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Going with the ground game left. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. And the Canes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Might as well give it to him again.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
They'll ride the hot hand. This time there is no running room to be found if this defense wasn't going to get hit with a big run twice in a row.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Second down, he'll throw it. He's shoved out of bounds right at the 6-yard line as they were able to at least keep him out of the end zone. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Dropping back, it's Morris. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Boston College wants to play fast. It's a draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on fourth and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen,
a shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that.
Boston College, 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down
breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Morris. Gets it out fast. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
And it's good from 58 yards out.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. Well, you can't block a kick without being aggressive, but you can't be overly aggressive. The roughing the kicker penalty looks costly. Up, under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
To the air, it's Morris. Here comes the heat. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He lets it fly. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Hurricanes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Boston College right back to the line.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. They just barely saved themselves from giving up a score on the final play of the 3rd period and will carry that one into the 4th. We've reached the end of the quarter and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. To the air on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit. You got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Wide receiver going in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. Touchdown, Boston College. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Mountain West. San Jose State is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Jeff Garcia, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 4 to Wyoming. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Bulldozes his way through. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Miami. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kick off the unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And the returner will be brought down. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2. Taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright. Got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Snagged in the middle. It's Kane. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense has it with really good field position. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Turning it on. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to turn the corner on the left. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes! They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
What an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
And the offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lewis. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Golden Eagles come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Short throw to the sideline, complete, and he'll pick up the first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
You got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? 4 verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can pick to make a play down the field?
On fourth down, looking for the completion. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right.
Gashing the D on the right. Touchdown, Canes. He got a step and just dusted the field. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
On the move from inside his own 20. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And the Golden Eagles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They got him at the 42, but he got 5 yards on the play. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Right back to the well. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. On 4th down, going to the air. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man.
Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll try it over the left side. Shows him the stiff arm. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here.
Pass some of this. Pass some of this.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got a man, it's Nicholson. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Nicholson. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Wide out trying to get it in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.